Yo, YouTube, I'm back. Welcome to Behind the Build. I know, it's been a while, but today it's Nemesis. For now, since I'm recording on the 9th of August and the new killer is probably out later this month, for now, the newest killer in this game. Look, it's been a while, and I want to discuss that first, because, I'm sorry, as a lot of you may have known if you follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and in my Discord, I have dropped to part-time streaming in the last couple of days. That probably deserves its own video, to be honest, but TLDR is that I am very burnt out on Dead by Daylight. I'm very sick of playing it, and I struggle playing it long periods, and to be honest, I was doing 6 hours a day, every day, for 6 days a week. And that's enough Dead by Daylight to drive anyone insane. So, like, I was doing 6 hours a day, every day, and then I was gonna end stream and then do more YouTube work, which is another 3 hours of DBD, and then editing it and uploading it. So I'm doing 12-hour days of just DBD, and I honestly couldn't cope with that much. So my YouTube took a bit of a back burner, but I finally admitted enough's enough, and I dropped to part-time. It hurts, but I think in the long run, it will be the better decision. What that does mean is that since I'm now no longer playing Dead by Daylight 60 hours a week, well, 40 hours a week, I now have time to dedicate a bit of it to YouTube, and I would like to try and get a video a week, maybe 2 videos a week, tops. I would like to actually start doing YouTube. I really hate that I don't do any YouTube. It keeps me up at night sometimes, I'll be honest. So I would like to do some more of it. I've got a couple of pig ideas I want to do for YouTube. I want to make a video on pig, discussing the perks that have come out since the pig guide and how they are on her. That'd be a lengthy video. And you know me with pig guides, that's an hour-long vid. That'd be a lengthy video. But it needs to happen. And I've got a couple of ideas of builds I want to do on pig as well to show you with said new perks, etc, etc. Like I said, the TLDR is I'm basically burnt out on DBD, which is why my Twitch and YouTube have had less content. If I was going to make a video on this, I feel like I need to make a video on why I'm burnt out on DBD, because it's more than just I play it a lot. Although, if you've ever played Dead by Daylight, you probably know why I'm burnt out. That will need its own video. That'll be a lengthy video. But for now, Nemesis. The newest killer added to this game. He's, well, let me know what you think of him in the comments. He's definitely interesting. He's definitely, well, I was going to say unique, but his power is not unique at all. It's just Pyramid Head. But the special enemy is very unique. He has zombies that walk around the map. You don't control them, you have nothing to do with them, they kind of just do their own thing. They annoy people, they get people off gens, they sometimes help you out and chase, and that's kind of their purpose. I'm actually not sure how they work now, but before the AI was not brilliant on them, but I've heard it's a lot better. As for his attack, which I've already sort of spoilt to you, it's a bit like Pyramid Head's. It works functionally the same, except he's got full control. And in exchange of full control, you trade the fact that it takes 3 health states to down, and it can't hit through walls. The way it works, first hit you do on them doesn't do damage, instead it contaminates them. Contamination simply means that zombies themselves will do damage rather than just contaminate. Second hit does damage, third hit does down. I've heard a lot of people say they like to use Save the Best for Last on this guy. I feel like I'm in the minority, but I'm going to try in a minute, and keep in mind I've not played him in a while, so it might not work. I don't punch people at all. I don't M1 people ever with this guy. I don't see the point. I try and pretty much go tentacle only. Of course, this has difficulties because tier 1 and 2 of your tentacle are they're not great, especially tier 1. Each time you hit someone, you tear up a bit, or you gain energy. Think Myers. Like when he stalks, he gains energy. After hitting 2 survivors, you gain enough energy to tear up. At tier 2, you break pallets and breakable walls, which is nuts. And tier 3, you have more range. I like the tier 3 range a lot. I'm used to tier 3 range, so therefore I will likely struggle with this until I hit tier 3. I will try an M2 only, but we'll see. I might, in the odd situation, have to punch people, depending on the situation. But for the most part, I try an M2 only with this guy. Does it often work? Well, we'll see. My build is for tracking gens. It's for letting them me know that that I'm gonna be losing gens. So I've got depression and I've got surveillance, both of which I will use quite a lot. I will kick gens each time I hook someone, and I will be able to see immediately where to go. I've got barbecue for when I hook someone, I can go to the gen, and I've got amylase for the chase spice. I do like my chase spice. Barbecue with this can be a bit overkill, but it depends on the situation with the gens. I mean, barbecue blood points, of course, but surveillance and oppression can comfortably do barbecue's job. So, you know, this build is flexible. You don't have to copy it. You know, what I'm here for. I show you a build, and I can tell you that it's tweakable. It's not just the build. Like, it's tweakable. You want blood points? Get it off. I would say oppression over surge, because, like I said earlier, I'm downing with my power attack. You could use surge if you punch more. You could use service for last, although I'd hate you, but you could. Nurses would go in this slot great as well. You get the idea. It's customizable, but this is the default build that I'm going to use. Add-on-wise, for now, nothing, but in the second game, English, I might use an add-on or two. We'll build up to it, you know. Let's see how it goes. Wow, so this game is interesting, because the way it started is we had Haddonfield offering, Swamp offering, and an offering to cancel all offerings. And yet we still somehow ended up on Swamp. It's better than Haddonfield. Interesting with this guy, like I said earlier, we're going to be trying to do tentacle only. Zombies have spawned in. That one's actually already chasing someone. I believe. It's already stuck as well. Okay, so this AI is still looking pretty good. This should be a free tentacle attack. Yeah. I ended up using add-ons. I used the Jill Sandwich add-on, and the add-on that gives me a better zombie spawns. Faster zombie spawns. That's a punch. I'm not comfortable with that being an M1. I could have done if I was better at him, but... And I probably would get more out of it, because... Yeah, cool. Because I'd be tier 2 right now. But had to be done. Health state is worth more, I think, in that situation. Health state's worth more. There was 4 medkits as well before this game started. Cheese and a wiggle, I think. Nope. Yeah, this was a 4 medkit game. Again, that's a free down. No point really tentacling. I'd just be extending chase, and she did run at me. Although I really wish I could have done. I would be tier 2 right now. There's someone on the boat. We heard them. Yeah, there they are. Okay, now this I will tentacle. Yeah. Tier 2. Now I break parts. Well, not that time. He'll drop down. There we go. Once I hit tier 3, I really can just start picking and choosing when to do my attack. Gotta desperately try and get to tier 3. This zombie, oh my lord, this AI. It does struggle with Swamp. Yeah, Claudette, I can get closer. Bad attack, bad attack. Is Claudette even checking where I am? No. Claudette is on that W key. My lord. Oh my lord. Claudette, please. I'm tier 3 now at the very least. Well, I will be in a second. Yeah, tier 3. Tier 3 at the very least, and second stage. Need to get that oppression kick, which I will in a second. They're doing gens rather than saving. Let's check the gens. We seem to not have a single gen being worked on right now, which is actually quite good. Although I would have liked some free information. Yeah, the guy at Shack's now going for the save. I just saw them behind her. Wow, I saw the scratch mark. But I can hear her coughing. Yep, there she is. With a new range of tier 3, I should hit that if I'm not bad at the game, which I am. She's already infected, so there's no point of tentacling her. Back to the hook to infect the Fang, which I missed, again, because I'm bad. Wait, are you going on the gen? You mad? Oh, Claudette, why would you touch that gen when you are Death Hook? Oh, Claudette, what are you doing? Claudette, you are Death Hook. The last thing you should have done was touch that gen and fail a skill check. Yeah, we're gonna kill Claudette here. It's a kill. We're in need of kills and map pressure, so reducing this to a 3v1 in this situation would be extremely helpful. We know there's no D-strike because she touched the gen. That was really silly of you, Claudette. She either touched the gen or failed a healing skill check. One of the two. Either or, it's still a bad idea. You failed some skill check. Would a thoughts video on Nemesis be interesting for you? In fact, I'm probably gonna do it anyway. You will need to know what I have to say. You will care what I have to say anyway. I like my thoughts videos a lot. I'm just trying to get video ideas of what you would want to see. A thoughts video on Nemesis would be interesting, although he's a bit old now. Because I had that 2-month period where I just didn't make any YouTube content because I was just... I mean, I still am, just so burnt out. Thoughts video on him would be interesting. I think I'd save it for that video rather than just talking about my thoughts of Nemesis in this video. I'd much rather talk about the gameplay I'm doing. But it could be a thing I could do if you wanted. About what I think of this guy. His balance, what needs to change with him, etc, etc. Also, new tricksters come out. We could test out him as well. So a lot of ideas of videos that could come. So yes, she works on the gen. I can kick this and make them fail their skill check on this gen. Here it comes. They hit their skill checks. Got ourselves an absolute gamer here. I don't think I've ever seen anyone hit a depression skill check, ever. Good news is I missed it, but it broke Shack Pallet. I don't think I've ever seen anyone hit their oppression. 4th stack. Like, just because I'm burnt out on this game, I still care a lot about this game, and I still want this game to be in as good of a state as it can be, and I really do feel like I can suggest a lot still that would help the game. All burnt out really means is that I just can't play this game for 6 hours a day, every day anymore. So we'll feed into it with the YouTube. Oppression did regress this gen, which is quite nice, actually. Didn't know this was actually being worked on. So I got a neat little regression going there. Hit the Nia. Didn't break the pallet, sadly. Primal Liz is telling me she is bolting, probably balanced landing. Wouldn't surprise me. Gonna kind of cut off the basement from the Nia. Yep, there she is. Cut off the basement. Because the only place you could realistically run was to the save. At least it... Yeah, there you go. Free hit on the Nia. We know there's no gen being worked on because of oppression. Free hit on the Kate. Gonna wait here. Now peek. And there you go. A lot of people tend to run back along the corridor they went down if they don't immediately see you at the next area. So because, well, I knew she'd do that, I waited, and then immediately I see her cut back. So that's exactly what I do there. Do that a lot with pig as well. I'll crouch with pig, and then I'll just wait crouched, and they typically cut back into you. Worked that time perfectly. Outplayed the hell out of her. Nia was probably on the boat. If I was near, I'd be on the boat. Hatch is a common spawn here. I'd be on the boat. Don't think she is, but that's where I'd be. We know where Hatch is, we don't know where Hatch is. Hatch on swamp, we're never gonna find it. Never gonna find it. Keeping an eye on my zombies here, because the zombie will aggro on her if she walks past them, so I'll see straight away where she is. So far, they appear to just be walking into walls. Gonna kill that one and make it respawn. Maybe it'll find her. I've got reduced respawns on zombies due to my add-on. Where did it spawn? On the boat. No, behind the boat. This Nia's gonna find Hatch in a second. Let's kill this zombie. Same again, maybe it will spawn by her. Oh dear, where is this Hatch? Maybe she's just waiting on it for me to walk up to her and beat her. I mean, she's near. Probably just BMing the Hatch. I've watched the whole map at this point. Oh my lord, this is crazy. It's aggroing her. There you go. She's over there. That zombie's got his arms up. She's over there. Nia is over there. Look at that payoff from the zombie there. Oh my goodness me. Balanced landing. She actually might get the Hatch still though. But goodness me, look at that. Wow, 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 look at that. The zombie with the payoff. Respawned on her. Wow. No idea where Hatch is. Still no idea, but that payoff was great. God damn. There you are. That is a pretty nice game, actually. Pretty nice round. hatch was in this corner. Only place I didn't check, really. I thought that she'd be hanging by a gate, so I did try and check the gates more thoroughly, but I did not see that hatch next to that gate, so didn't look that thoroughly. There you go. We'll play a second round. Screw you, man. Why? For not closing hatch. I had no idea where it was. Survivors! How many hours has this person got? Private profile. Now, I was going to record a second game for this video, but I played the second game and it was Grim Pantry and I got literally 2 hooks in 5 gens, which is not good content and therefore not worth including in the video. Which does bring me on to another interesting point about this killer, which is that he struggles big time. If you've ever played him, you'll know what I mean. He struggles big time, especially early game. He's not a very strong killer, or a very good killer. And it's a point I want to bring up, and what I was gonna bring up in my About Nemesis video. But I want to bring it up now because I think it's worth mentioning. He struggles big time early game. I'm not going to include the game in this video, but basically what happened, I got Grim Pantry. If you've ever played Grim Pantry, you know that it's a terrible killer map. And what happened was my first chase, I got a Nia who abused the main building and abused the shack and kind of linked the two. And so by the time I caught her, 3 solo gens had turned on. And that was instantly GG with Nemesis, because you're immediately behind on tearing up. The whole game grinds to a halt, and there's very little you can do, and you end up just losing. So, the counterpoint I'll say with my build is that swapping out barbecue and chili or something like Erupt would also be a very, very good idea on him, as it gives you a little bit more time in the early rounds, the early stages of the game, to build up some map pressure. I wouldn't stretch the slowdowns, you know how I feel about that. Like, proper slowdowns, like pop. But something early round, something early game that just sort of delays the gameplay or shifts the gameplay to a more centralized part of the map to get you to tear up faster would also be a really, really good idea on this guy. So much so that I think I'm actually going to swap my build, now that I've recorded this video for you, to this. I think this will be my build on him in the future, just to get tears up easier, because the build is great. The one with barbecue is great when it works, and when you get a good start, but you're relying on not getting Grim Pantry. So, I think this is the first killer where I'm going to actively change my build by the end of the video. And there we go. That's my new build for him. Good. It's good when it works, but it needed improving. I have now improved it, and I think in the future games with him will be a lot more smoother now that I've got a little bit more of a guaranteed start, or an easier start. It's not really a slowdown perk Corrupt, it kind of just shifts the gameplay to the middle of the map, and with the gameplay shifted and the survivors clumped together, I can tear up easier off of them, and then build as follows, with oppression and surveillance to get information from hooks. So I think it works. That's the new build. Let me know what you run on him. Let me know what you think. I will be back soon, I'd hope, with, I think, a pig video. Whether I delve into all the perks that have been out since the pig guide yet with a new killer, probably about a week or 2 away, it remains to be seen. But we'll try something with her, with the new perks. So, be sure to sub and like, it helps me out a lot, and let me know in the comments what you think of Nemesis and the build. So what my week-long break from Twitch has shown me is that the one Nemesis I know that's still scary is at Alton Towers in the UK. Certainly not the DVD one. I'll catch you in the next one, everybody. Later.